How is your business responding to the coronavirus pandemic? Things are changing all the time, and as we make this video, things may change by the time that you watch it. But as a communications company, and as a business that has a history in dealing with crisis and emergency communications, we wanted to share some tips, some advice and some guidance with you to make sure that when it comes to communicating during the coronavirus, you're one step ahead of the game and you're protecting your business and protecting the people that you serve. Having worked for the most of my life in crisis communications, whether that's working at an airport, whether that's working in sub-Saharan Africa in development projects, or wherever it has taken me, what I've learned is there are some key things you need to have in place to make sure your crisis communications is the best it can be. Remember, people can choose to completely ignore what's going on and just hope that things work out okay. That's what a lot of failing businesses do. So it's really important to have the principles in place to make sure that both during and after the coronavirus pandemic, your business is in a strong place and a place where it can serve its customers going forward. The first key point is never stop communicating with your customers. I don't mean pester them on an hourly basis, but you can't afford to let them find out about what you're up to from someone else. The most forward-thinking, successful businesses get on the front foot during a crisis and make sure that they're communicating with their customers clearly and consistently. People want to know what's going on. People need to understand what's going on from your business. It's your job to do that. You need a plan in place, and now if you haven't done it, is the time to do it. The reality is most people don't care about what happens to your business. They do care what happens to them, and will they be okay? And that needs to be the focus of your messages. By all means, share how you're looking after your staff. You should be doing that, but it's more important you tell people how you are going to protect them and will they be okay. Most people are waking up at the moment and thinking of whiffing, what's in it for me? And your business needs to do that. Your business needs to share what it's doing to look after, protect and guide them as your customers and your clients. The third point, and it sounds an obvious one, but so many businesses fail at this point, is that you have to be honest. During a crisis, emotion takes over the adrenaline pumps, and many people, especially at a senior level, lose their head completely. You've got to be honest with people. You've got to tell people where you currently are as a business. People will respect that. People will know that you're being upfront and honest with them, and that builds trust. And trust is what will support your business going forward. So always be honest. You need to avoid using business speak. Again, when we panic or when we're anxious about what's going on, we can fall back to using words that work in our business that your customers probably don't understand. So use simple, easy to understand language. Make it simple, make it accessible, and make it engaging. Get a colleague at work to check any statement that you make, just to check it makes sense. Again, we see lots of businesses that put out statements where half the language is just not understandable. Make it simple and make it easy to understand. The final point is to make sure that you understand how your customers want to be communicated with. You need to forget the ideas of if you throw enough mud, some of it will stick. What is the best way to communicate with your customers? Not for you, but for them. Some prefer email, some prefer a telephone call, some prefer social media statements. Of course, it depends on the size of your business and how many customers you've got and what you've got the accessibility to do. But please don't do what works best for you. Find out what works best for your customers. And if time really is precious and you're really up against it, make sure the key customers in your business, they could be the high value ones, they could be people who know the most people, make sure they get special care, make sure they're the ones that know the most. If you've got 5 high value customers, just 5, they're the ones worth picking up the phone to explain what your business is doing when it comes to coronavirus. It is a difficult and challenging time for us individually, for us as families, for our communities and for our businesses. and coronavirus, the pandemic, is moving very quickly. I sincerely hope the advice and tips we've given you will be helpful for your business, and of course here at Ashley Riley Communications we wish you all very well and hope that you stay safe over the next few weeks and few months.